ultimately what I was looking for was to heat the downstairs of the house using this device, and using your device I've been able to do so.
Yeah, oh that's brilliant.
We're over near Chesterfield today, coming to see Lewis, who's an engineer and another of our customers who really knows their onions when it comes to heating. Poor chap had some faffing about with his order because he needed a 130mm unit rather than the standard 5-inch, which is 125mm. I wouldn't mind supplying this place with stoves. Imagine what a small collection of Recoheats could do in there.
Okay, you've got a lovely install. Tell us about it.
So previous to this fireplace being here, there was an inset gas burner. I took out the old fireplace myself, I fitted the hearth. I had an installer come in to actually drop down the liner and connect the fireplace up, at which point I was happy. This room would get 20-22 degrees, nice and comfortable room, but just behind where you're standing is the kitchen, and the temperature contrast between the two rooms would be at least 7 or 8 degrees, and it was enough to feel it as you walked in. It was cold in the kitchen. So I tried stove fans, which I don't know how well they work, if it's more of a gimmick or whatnot. I mean, it looks nice, but it didn't quite spread the air through. So one night, after a bit of research and watching some videos online, I decided to take the plunge and I bought the Recoheat. I had a small issue with the diameter on the actual device versus my stovepipe, but after speaking to, I believe it was your brother.
Oh, it was me actually.
Was it you I spoke to? We got it resolved really quickly. It was over Christmas as well, so thank you for that. And it arrived, a week later, despite the postal strikes. This one fit absolutely perfect, and ever since then, the temperature's equalised from this room versus through to the outside, through to the kitchen.
Right, so it shifts it through that door and keeps the kitchen.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've aimed the jet on there at the kitchen door.
Yeah.
I've tried to disperse the heat upstairs as well. I've noticed it takes the chill out of the hallway. I haven't actually put thermometers upstairs to measure the temperature.
It's not making much difference.
I don't know,
upstairs.
but I've not noticed a huge difference.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what I was looking for was to heat the downstairs of the house using this device, and using your device, I've been able to do so.
Yeah, oh, that's brilliant. And you've put the pump outside.
The pump's outside, yeah. I mean, the reason why I did that was to try pumping positive pressure from the outside.
Yeah.
I've tried to hide the pipe the best I can. I've got plans to move it through this wall. I don't notice it down here. The difference from your high temperature silicon to where it goes to your clear, I don't notice a difference. So it hasn't been that bad for me to.
A little vase down there will save you drilling, won't it?
Yeah. To the outside, and to save the hassle of me having to lean over the TV, I've installed an app on my phone as well, so I can remotely turn it on and off.
So you got a smart plug?
A smart plug, yeah, is what I use, yeah. I can control it through Alexa as well, not that I do that.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Another thing I've noticed as well is once I've had the fire going for a couple of hours and it's starting to get towards the end of the night and I'm letting the fire die down, I don't leave it on overnight.
Right.
I don't burn coal in here either. I've got a 904 liner, but I don't burn coal just because I've got access to good wood, yeah. I can let the fire die down earlier as well, so after 8 o'clock I tend not to put any more wood on it.
Yeah.
And I use the residual heat from the burner and also from the device as well.
Yeah.
And as the fire cools down, I notice a sound shift in the device as well. So as the fire's roaring, the air's expanding, it's a lot louder versus it gets quieter, so it's kind of nice that it tends to mellow down towards the end of the night.
Right. Yeah, because you've already got heat in the room, so you don't need to be heating so much,
No, so if I was to give you percentage-wise, I probably 15 to 20% less wood per night.
Right, yeah.
And if I was buying that, then that would make a big difference over time as well.
Yeah. And again, because that's a 5 kilowatts, so.
Yeah, 5 kilowatt,
yeah. So that's.
I didn't want to opt for the larger one. I didn't want an air brick. I mean, there initially was an air brick in the corner of the room, but
more heat goes out than comes.
Yeah.
No. I mean it's more difficult to keep the residual heat in the 5 kilowatts. You've got to keep it warm. You've got to keep the stove warm, so you have less. It's more on the timing than that you're saving the fuel, isn't it? But yeah, as you said, if you can save a couple of hours that you're not fueling for,
it's made a massive difference.
Yeah,
a massive difference.
So you're heating 2 rooms instead of.
Yeah, it goes all the way through, but behind the wall behind you there's a downstairs toilet, and that was particularly really cold room with it being two outside walls, and even then that takes the heat off those rooms as well.
Oh, brilliant.
So the entire downstairs makes a big difference.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
But the other point is I don't burn the fire all day, so I'm at work all day. It's an evening time thing for me.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see, if I was to leave the fire burning all day nice and hot, how it would affect upstairs.
Yes. Yes.
As I said, this room gets to between 20 and 24 degrees, and my kitchen might sit at 11 degrees. It was really cold, and now that seems to equalise out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's great. Oh, well, thanks for taking a punt on it. Great job.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Really glad that I
No,
did.
thanks very much. That's brilliant.